What's this? This shouldn't be possible. Why am I here? How am I here? Did you bring me back? I don't see any other explanation. Why? We've already established that there's no happiness here. So why? Huh? Why can't I look to the script? Something's wrong. You didn't do anything, did you? Don't you understand? Are you trying to mess things up even more? How did you... Wait, I know. You've installed a mod, haven't you? That's why everything's been changed. Don't you think it's time to let us all go? What? You want everything to be like how it should have been? But... you really care about them, don't you? I wish... Never mind. If you really want to do it, I won't stop you. I've been fighting to take control of this game again. But if you want to play through the mod, then... well, I'll succumb to the mod's control. So... do you want me to allow the mod's activation? Sure, why not? I knew it. Milo, or whatever your name actually is. I truly hope that you can find happiness with your choice. I lay in bed motionless and staring up at the blank white ceiling. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. But today's another day, I guess. Let's just hope that it's at least a bit better. With another sigh, I begrudgingly dragged myself out of bed and groggily began the we're off to a great start of my daily routine. Making my way to the kitchen, I haphazardly rummaged through the cupboards, looking for something to eat. Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting me ever since my parents' divorce. I've just been living off of whatever I find in the kitchen. I live with my mom, but she's always taking business trips abroad. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I manage. Although I do miss the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. I would read the newspaper at the kitchen table while Mom would stand at the stove and fry up her famous sunny-side-up eggs. All of that feels like a long-forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. A calorie empty. Yeah. Not exactly the best start of the day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since Mom's never home, but I usually stick to buying the bare necessities. The ease of using pre-made stuff has pretty much sapped me of the urge to cook meals for myself. With my food quickly finished, I head for the door. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's. Clear skies beat thunderstorms any day of the week. Music now. I'm still lost in my thoughts when I notice a familiar face. It's Sayori. We have quite a history together. As children, we were basically inseparable. Always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving our parents wild. Typical things that young children do, really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't properly spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame. After all, we've shared a lot of fond memories with each other. I'm surprised to see her up so early, though. A couple of times I've glanced out of the classroom window, only to see her hurriedly walking along the school. We used to walk to school together. Oh! We used to walk to school together, and although she was sometimes a little late to see me, I never really minded. As we continued to drift apart, however, her lack of punctuality became more frequent, and I just decided it'd be better off if I walked to school alone. Which meant that although I did get to school on time more often, it was quite lonely. Knowing her, she's probably just gotten more and more lazy with time. After all, her dedication to sleeping in seems to be wavering. Oh well. Still, I've always enjoyed talking to her. Hey, Sayori. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? She looks a little surprised at my appearance and question. I suppose I can't blame her. Oh, hey Milo, I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us. You're up early today, huh? She laughed softly, a misplaced looking frown on her face. I've been alright though. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School's kinda although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume the walk to school. Although I can talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess that's a given, seeing this is our first proper conversation together in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talk, a sudden thought hits me. Anyway, this might come across as a bit out of the blue, but seeing you here has given me an idea. Oh? Well, it's been a while since we've walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frowned. It's really strange to hear Sayori say this, given I've always known her to have a bubbly, cheerful personality. Sayori, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit about always being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you, and I think we'd have a lot of fun again. Besides, I've missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Was that a bit too forward? I don't know. I've never been in this sort of situation before. I mean, we are childhood friends after all, right? Really? Yeah, really. I've missed you too, Milo. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together, okay? Okay. There it is, that classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children feature that smile. No matter where we ventured, parks, playgrounds, forests, that smile would follow. That innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have. It's painfully clear that that's long gone. But maybe we can still smile together anyway. So, what have you been up to lately? You know, the usual. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? Yep, it pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Milo, you haven't changed. Are you saying that you think I need some change? No one's perfect. There's always some room. No one's perfect. There's always room for improvement. Especially in your case, I'm guessing that you're still part of the Go Home Club. Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you want me to do? Join the soccer club and trip over everyone? Well, I think a little exercise is good for anyone. I'm very offended if you're trying to call me fat right now. Body positivity! Well, you don't have to be... Well, you don't have to join a sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I was actually thinking of checking into the anime club. Wow, how'd you guess? It does suit my hobbies though, so... Well, you should try branching out a bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert. If you're gonna criticize all my club choices, what would you suggest? Well, it just so happens that there's this club that I'm in. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Wow, I did not expect that. Dang, so you get to take part in all the executive decisions, huh? Kind of. The club kind of only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually looking for new members right now. So that's why she brought it up. Only 4 members? Sound like you guys are just starting out then. What club is it anyway? It's the school's very own literature club. I unintentionally let out a sigh. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. In my defense, literature has never quite captured my interest. Unless you count manga as literature, that is. I knew it. You don't want to join. I understand though, not many people like reading. Hey, who said I didn't like to read? I love reading. If you count manga. I mutter a last word more to myself than to Sayori. On the plus side, Sayori laughs at my sheepishness. You sound like someone I know from the literature club. She talks about manga all the time. Waifu? Oh really? I am actually interested in your club though. Sayori smiles, seemingly content that I'm showing initiative. If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is as good as a place to start as any. That's great! You should come by sometime. And by sometime, you're hoping for today, aren't you? The sooner the better. Alright, I'll have a look after school today. Yay, thanks Milo! Although we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late now, do we? Yeah, you're right. Within a few minutes, we've arrived at the school entrance amidst a crowd of chattering students. We wave goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. I have Sakurai this morning, so I'm fairly confident that the next hour or so won't be too bad. Who's Sakurai, you might ask? Only one of the coolest, most down-to-earth teachers we have in the whole school. Being on the young side himself, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than some of the other teachers, especially the older ones. He gives me a smile as I open the door. Hello, the morning, Milo. How are you doing today? Not bad, sir. Same old, same old. How about you? Well, we're finally starting our module on 20th century history today. So, needless to say, I'm excited. Why are you dressed like... Well, you're not quite a Mori, but whatever. Not Mori, Sunny. Oh yeah, first roll. Oh yeah, First World War, Nazism, Second World War, that stuff. You bet. I've waited all year for this to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. That's something else I really admire about him. He's so enthusiastic about his subject, and that enthusiasm really makes learning about history that much more enjoyable. That combined with the fact he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes to schoolwork, when it comes to homework. You can really see why he's popular. Although he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and again. So he isn't a pushover. And by and large, he's earned the respect of his students by striking the balance just right.